Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out to see Buffalo Picker, episode number 17, Defend the Hustle. Panel, go ahead and introduce yourself so we can get this show on the road.
How you guys doing today? Bill flips to pay the bills. I have reduced down what I'm selling on to eBay and Amazon. I figure if they have the biggest audiences, those are the people I want to see my stuff. And I've been spending a lot of time doing cross-listing, and for the amount that you get out of it, I haven't seen the value in it, to be honest, to stick with it. So focusing on eBay and Amazon mainly, and trying to build up a business to become my full-time business.
All right. And everyone that don't know me, that's new to the show, I am Buffalo Picker, also a part-time reseller, full-time fellow employee, and also retired military. Tonight we have special guest, Thrift BCQ. I think I said that right. And we are glad to have him tonight. The Beast is from Canada. He's a reseller up there. We supposed to had Hip Flipping Mama tonight, but she had to cancel out. So we're going to go ahead and make the show happen. So Thrift Beast, go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about how you got into reselling and what you do in reselling.
Absolutely. How is everyone in the chat? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. If you guys haven't met me, my name is Chris, and I am a reseller up in Toronto, Canada. I am currently reselling mainly on eBay, and then I also resell on Amazon as well, Amazon Canada, as well as Facebook Marketplace. The majority of my stuff that I sell right now, though, is on eBay, I'd say. But yeah, I enjoy like learning more about the like Amazon and what I can sell there, as well as Facebook Marketplace, where I deal with a lot more of my bigger stuff, just because so I don't have to deal with the shipping and stuff. But yeah, other than that, like that, those are pretty much the main ones I resell on. But like when I first got into the reselling game itself, like I was like doing absolutely every like side job I could think of that was available to me first. So I was doing like the Uber Eats, I was doing Uber, I was doing Instacart, and like man, like it was okay. I mean, the money was decent, but like at the same time, like I wanted to be able to stay home and just be with my family too at the same time, because
Right.
that like especially at the time, like my daughter is really young, so like I want to spend as much time with her while she's at this age. So like I just tried searching around on YouTube for like how I can make money on the side, and like luckily I was able to find like I first learned about it from Gary Vee, and so I learned more about his like he had an interview on like the Breakfast Club, and he was just talking about flipping stuff in like garage sales and stuff. So I'm like, wow, that's pretty interesting. So I tried to learn more about that part, but I mean, unfortunately, there's not very many garage sales where I'm at right now. But like at that point, I started delving into like thrifting at that point, and I was like hooked as soon as I went. Like the first day I was like trying to look for. Well, at the beginning, I was looking for like electronics and stuff, but
Right.
uh, because like that was the stuff I was most like into, like the video games and all that. And like I was just hooked though the first time I just did it, and then got my first sale, even though it happened to be a complaint. So someone got upset because the Apple TV I had, they were like, "Hey, there's no YouTube on this. Why? I thought there was like there's supposed to be YouTube." I'm like, "How am I supposed to know there's YouTube?" But it is what it is. Like they were like way past the like the return like time frame and stuff. So they tried to leave me negative feedback, but luckily they were able to remove it. Other than that, I mean, it was a crappy first experience, but after that, it was like smooth sailing for me. And like, yeah, it's been awesome. Like I've been doing it now for the past 3 years now. It's
Right.
crazy.
Okay. Okay. We've been doing it almost the same amount of time. I think I went over 3 years in January. How long you been selling on Amazon? Did you start out with Amazon first?
No, I started out with eBay first, and I wanted to start learning more about Amazon because I was just so curious what I can sell and like how much I can potentially make on Amazon. So
Right.
like I've only been with Amazon maybe for just a little under 2 years now. But yeah, a lot of the things I was selling mainly was at first I was doing like thrifted stuff that were brand new, and then like like video games as well as media, like DVD media. So I was
Right.
sending over like box sets. So that was the majority of the stuff. I still am bringing in like sending over like a lot of media as well. Mainly DVD box sets that are like brand new because they
Okay.
tend to give me the most amount of money.
Okay. I mean, we kind of somewhat went through the same path. I started out with eBay. I did eBay for about 6 months before I jumped over to Amazon because most of the people that I was following on YouTube that I was kind of sitting on the fence learning from, that was their blueprint, and that's basically what I did. I've been on Amazon a little over 2 years, so like I said, pretty much kind of traveled the same blueprint. Are you now that you've been in like 3 years, are you doing any type of liquidation, or are you getting any pallets in, or like boxes or whatever, multiple items?
Oh gosh, I wish. No, not right now. I mean, it's something
Okay,
I definitely want to get into,
right,
like in the future. It's just right now, like with the space that I have right now, I'm in an apartment, so it doesn't really fit the space that I have.
right.
So I'm really working with what can fit, and then also what I can send off to like the Amazon warehouse. But yeah, not right now. It's something I do want to learn and like potentially do in the future.
Okay, so where you do like your retail arbitrage for your shipments to Amazon? Do you go to like the local, and you ain't got to give away no secrets, but do you go to
Yeah.
like the local stores or like the Walmarts up there and stuff like that? Does it work the same as it does down here?
Yeah, so I mean the way the clearance is here in Canada is like our Walmart is like completely different from what your Walmart clearance is.
Right.
Whereas like you may get things that are like 40-50% off the actual price, whereas ours is literally maybe at most maybe like 10% off the actual
Wow.
retail price. So there's not much. I mean, the only time I can really make money is like during like the holiday time when it's significantly lower in price. So that's really the time where I do a lot of my arbitrage. And then also I have a couple of liquidation stores that I do go to as well.
Right.
Even though I don't buy in bulk, they are priced fairly reasonable so that I can make just enough money. Like I'm okay with making at least maybe like between $8 and $15 in profit on one item on Amazon, because I know that's what I shouldn't expect to have too much of a profit compared to like say like an eBay.
Yeah. Because of the fees and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, those are the main things. And then also Facebook Marketplace as well. Those are the main places I've been sourcing primarily.
Okay. Well, let's take a break. I'm gonna give a shout out to the people in the chat, and then we'll get back to it. I want to give a shout out to the Nurse Flipper Cat for being the first in the chat.
What's up, Cat?
What's going on, Wendy? Thank you for coming out. Thank you for your continued support. Save here first. Thank you for coming out. I talk to her almost every day on Instagram. Thank you for coming out, Ella. The middleman Picker, thank you for coming back. They don't let you off the job. You got some free time. Thank you for coming out. Mathis, thank you for coming out. All in one package. Everybody know that's Miss Buffalo. Thank you for coming out. Char F, thank you for your continued support. Who else we got in here? Let's see. Gypsy Jersey Corner Store, thank you for coming out. Jennifer Hayes, as always, thank you for what you do for my channel. Jen's Closet Gems, thank you for coming out. Jen, I'm still thinking about that big steal you did on the auction on Tuesday. That was big. I actually went and looked up that item, and I see why you paid what you paid. That man, formerly known as the Fat Man, thank you for coming through. And if y'all ain't checked him out on Instagram, that guy is disappearing. Smaller and smaller each week. Congratulations, man. Yeah, so like I said, we kind of went going down the same path. I mean, for us, how we started, and I'm listening to your story. I kind of started the same way. I started out with eBay, kind of got my feet on the ground as a reseller. And once I thought that I had a good knowledge of what and how you do this type of business, I went over to Amazon, and I kind of neglect my my eBay store for a while because I was making so much money over on Amazon. But I had to come to grips that both of those places you can make good money, and started back concentrating on my eBay store. And now I'm actually and I'll talk about that. I just kind of briefly mentioned it about getting my goods now into my Walmart store. And I am into, I did jump into the liquidation. I got a warehouse on February of this year. So I'm trying to just scale it up to the next level.
Nice.
With reselling. Yeah. So the things, everybody in the audience, I'm doing 2 giveaways tonight. And let me show y'all what that is, what they are. Let's see. All right, so the first item I'm going to give away is Alien versus Predator, the Hunter Predator.
Oh, nice.
It's one issue with this guy is that it's a saucer goes in this spot right here, and that's the only thing missing out of here. You got a rifle, you can see if you win. It's everything's intact except for that little piece that goes right here. The other item I'm going to give away is Kingdom Hearts. This is a Disney character. So these are the 2 items I'm giving away. It's pretty much nothing wrong with this one. Got like a little ding right here. But other than that, it's intact. So those are the 2 items I'm going to give away. And I'm going to do giveaway back-to-back towards the end of the show. So yeah, we're gonna get into the layout for the show. We're gonna do basically what you got going on for the weekend, what you accomplished during the week. We're gonna do a show and tell, and then do the giveaways. And the talking point tonight is the pros and cons of the Bolo. And I think Bill got an announcement about the Target. So yeah, so let's just go ahead and roll into it. Thrift Beast, what basically did you accomplish this week in reselling?
Funny you mentioned that. I actually got my first $1,000 sale last
Well,
this week.
congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, that was my biggest achievement, honestly. I've never sold anything that crazy, and I was happy to get to that point.
Right.
So yeah, that was a big thing for me.
Okay. Bill?
I'm going I think I'm gonna take a trip to the bins this weekend.
Right.
I'm been nervous about it since the darkness started last year. But I think I'm gonna take a trip down there. I've seen some nasty stuff go on in there, so it's in the best of days. It's not the best of days.
Right. Yeah, I've seen a couple of videos of some people like posting videos just showing people just like wilding out in those places, man. Like, like almost to the point where they about to come fist to cuffs over a couple items. And I'm like, wow, it'd be like that in there.
It's not like that where I go.
Right.
But I'm also not normally the one that gets pushed around, so it's cool. But yeah, it's hard to beat the value for the amount of time that you can spend there.
Right.
And I'm hoping that maybe it'll just be dead because people are still avoiding it. But we'll see.
Okay.
If it's not, I won't stay.
Okay. All right. Give a shout out to Mess Hall Diggs. Appreciate you coming through, Mess Hall. I'm gonna open up this box too on this show. To show everybody what you sent me. I know you said it wasn't no big deal, but I want to let people know what you sent. Who did I miss in here? Marie, thank you for coming out. Marie, I saw the photos you posted of the babies as well on Instagram. See, did I miss anybody else? Mike, thank you for coming out. My Beaver units, thank you for coming out. Harry, thank you for coming out. Harry Hamstone, appreciate you. So yeah, my week basically, if you follow Glass City Pickers on Instagram, and speaking of Glass City, they are out this week celebrating Tanya's birthday tonight, and I guess throughout the weekend. But if you follow them on Instagram, they did a live on Wednesday showing the pallets that they picked up that they won in an auction. They had like 31 or 32 air fryers on that thing. And the next day on Thursday, I received my pallets, and I got 7 small appliances pallets, and I got 2 toy pallets. But I can say this to you: if you're going to get into the the liquidation game, don't believe all the hype that come with it. It's definitely some growing pains with it. I ordered 2. Well, actually, 1, 2 supposed to be grade A toy pallets, which I did get one, and I'm impressed with the condition of the items because they had no stickers on it, and it was basically in the condition like you would go to a store and pick it up. But the second pallet is they sent me somebody else's pallet. They sent me a pallet full of paper, office supplies. Ain't had nothing to do with toys or grade A condition. So, and on top of that, it was the pallet with the most MSRP on it. So now I got the dispute going through to figure out what they're gonna do. Is they're gonna give me credit so I can use it towards my next bid or what? But it's crazy because that was a big hit for me. In Glass City as well, they missing about $1,200 worth of stuff. I'm missing about when that's MSRP. And for me, MSRP, I'm probably around $4,000 and something dollars that I'm missing. So basically, I think the driver dropped my pallet off at some spot and dropped their pallet off at my spot. So so that's what I've been dealing with most of the day, is trying to inventory that pallet to figure out what actually came and what didn't come. And when I did the total and crunched the numbers, I was probably about a little over $4,500 MSRP that didn't come in. So yeah, that's one of the growing pains with liquidation. So basically, this weekend I'm going to be working on my Amazon load. I'm getting a load together for Amazon. I will do a video on it, hopefully, so I can show y'all what I got, because I have like characters like this right here. I probably have maybe 200 of those different type items that I'm going to be shipping to Amazon.
Nice.
And then I have like Marvel Avengers. I probably have another 100 of those. And I think with DC Comics, I have probably about 60 of those. So I got a lot of figures that I'm going to be sending to Amazon. Hopefully have it together by Monday to get it out. So that's pretty much my plans for the weekend. Bill, go ahead and tell us what you was mentioning about Target.
Yeah, I saw it at one of my locals, but I also saw it all over Facebook too. Target has signs up where their sports cards used to be and are no longer selling sports cards at all or Pokemon cards at all. This was after they had already been limiting people to 1 or 2 boxes depending on the store. And apparently that was causing problems for their employees, as you would expect it would, because why can I not spend my money at your store if I want to spend my money at your store? But apparently they've just decided to pull them all completely. So that's one place don't waste your time going to if you're in the U.S., because it seems like it's nationwide from what I'm seeing. But I mean, I've seen people from all over the country posting pictures in their stores. So
yeah, I heard about that.
That's crazy.
This wasn't a thing that really affected me too much. It's not a niche that I got into. In my local area, every store you went into was bare anyway, so it doesn't really affect me too much. But I know that it affects a lot of people that watch and do reselling. So
right. Yes, Gravity Goods said saw that on yesterday. But it's just crazy because, I mean, if you got the money to spend, then sell it. You know, that's what you're there for, to sell goods. So I don't understand, what the big deal about they saying that, it's putting their, putting their workers in some type of harm's way by you going over to tell somebody that, hey, you can only buy one of those, when you should just open up the whole shelf and if you got the money, let them buy it. I mean, that's what you're there for. You're a retailer. You're there to sell stuff. So, I mean, I never had that problem in Walmart. I had one guy, which was a Lone Ranger in there, shooting from the hip, didn't know the policies for Walmart, but he wanted to tell me that I could only buy 3. And I just knew that wasn't the truth. So, I requested the store manager. The store manager came over there. Of course, she was hot because she's like, that ain't something that she have to deal with. And when she came over there, she was like, why are you telling this customer he can only buy 3? Oh, well, such and such told me. Did I tell you that? Did that's what the policy say? No, ma'am. Okay. Don't do that again, or I will let you go. And she told him that right in front of me. And I was like, whoa, But yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's a simple fix for Target on that. Unless they just, don't need.
man, Target in their training, a big part of their training for new employees is to not sell to resellers.
I did not know that.
To actively not sell to resellers. I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, there was articles about that. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not sure what the problem is. I'm not sure why. I mean, my son used to work at Best Buy, and they would do the same thing with limits. I mean, they would be fairly high limits, but there would be guys come in whenever a new MacBook came out, and they would come in and want to spend $50,000-$60,000 and buy MacBooks because they would just flip them immediately. And so they had an institute of limits, but you could still buy like 10 or 20 MacBooks.
Right.
You know, the one or two, and we're talking about cards. It's like it's not something that is a necessity for business or anything like that. You know, it's just like that's what the free market is supposed to be.
Yeah.
If you want to have a free market, then that's what it is.
Right.
But there was actually a story though that I heard about where, while I guess people were in line, they were arguing, and it ended up being someone pulled out like a weapon. So I think that's another extent to what it got to as well. I mean, these guys are.
But I've got news for you. That's just the extent of people.
Yeah, because that could have been on any day, any given time. You know,
that happens
for
at traffic
cards.
stops.
For cards.
Yeah.
No, it's not over cards. It's over fighting. It's over machismo and people talking mess, and then things escalating.
Yep.
That's what it's over. It's over people not having control of themselves like adults.
Yep.
I mean,
anything.
You know, that stuff happens at McDonald's. That stuff happens everywhere.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
It's just that's just a product of our environment, unfortunately.
Yeah, I hear what Thrift's saying though, that they could have used that incident as
I'm sure that they did.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
But they didn't have any incidents before whenever they were limiting to 2 boxes. I think the argument is they don't want unhappy customers. So if they don't want to have to tell somebody that you know, that they don't have them in stock whenever somebody wants to come in and buy a box for their kid. But hey, man.
Yeah, I mean, I rarely shop at Target anyway. I mean, since I've been doing retail arbitrage, I've probably been in Target about 4 times, and I think 2 of the times that I went in there is because my daughter alerted me of some type of item that they had. But you know, most of the time when I buy from Target, it's online. I catch a clearance item and I buy out, like, you know, they got the limit of 5. So what I do, I order 5, and then I use another card, and I order 5 more, and then I go back to another card and I order 5 more. So there's always ways around the system, but I just find that's crazy. Like you said, you know, this free enterprise, you should be able to go in the store and buy as many as they have. I mean, and should be no limit, but I mean, hey, it's their store. I don't, you know, like I say, I rarely go there anyway. And if I can't order it online, I prefer to order it online. I just don't find the deals. Like, I see some people videos showing that they found good deals in Target. I just don't find the deals when I go in there. I mostly find the deals in their clearance on the website.
Mike brought up an interesting statement in the chat. Why should stores feel like they need to be a warehouse for resellers? They don't. Whenever I played Magic the Gathering, I would go buy 4 or 5 boxes because you're trying to put together sets and build decks and do this kind of stuff. Everybody that buys in quantity is not a reseller. Some people buy in quantity because they're a collector.
Right.
You know, it's for some reason, certain retailers, Target, really, really focus on the reselling side of it. And you aren't going to stop it. You still can't buy a PS5 on Target.com.
Right.
Because every time they release one, no matter how they do the release schedule, a bot grabs it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a year and you still can't get a PS5.
Right.
On Walmart, Target. That's just the way things are going to be. You can't stop it by just not carrying the product. All you're doing is hurting your store because you're still going to make the sale.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's an interesting topic. I mean, as a reseller, you know, I may have a biased opinion on that statement because, I mean, that's what I do. I rely on these big box retail stores to have what I need, and if they got it on a cheaper price, that's even better. And if it's a hot item, and if I can get my hands on it first, then, like they said, the early bird get the worm. So if you type of person that feel like, I don't have to get up till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon to go retail arbitrage, and I'm one of those guys that get up at 6, then I should have the pickings, if I got the money. Because like we said, this is free enterprise. I mean, and I'm in a resale business just like those stores, but it is what it is. I mean, that's their policy. That's their policy. It's just like
there's a strange attitude also that reselling is scalping or price gouging. Price gouging can only happen on necessities.
Right.
I can't price gouge you a PS5. Either you buy it because that's the market price that's actually available for the item, or you don't. But it's not toilet paper. It's not water.
Right.
No.
Right. It's definitely not a necessity, and I agree with that 100%.
I agree. Yeah.
Go ahead, Thrift. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. I mean, like, as someone that's also a reseller and someone that's in the hobby as well, I mean, I can see both points as being valid for sure. Because, like, at the same time, like, if people buy like stuff at Amazon, which I'm sure everyone does, like, there's essentially buying it from a reseller almost like 100% of the time, right? So, like, they can't. I don't know what they really need to make like an argument about it, but like at the same time, yeah, I'm a collector too. I want to be able to purchase like multiple boxes of like basketball cards, for example. That's the main thing I collect, and like if I want to be able to like maybe resell some of them and then keep the other half, like something I want to be able to do, like no issues.
I mean, just like Bill said, I mean, I was dealing with a lady last week about her husband passed away, and he was collective of baseball cards. So she got all these packs and boxes of baseball cards that he just had somewhere sitting on a shelf because he liked looking at them. And now she wants the space, so she's trying to get rid of them. So I mean, you got collectors that go out there and they'll buy 5 boxes of cards. For what reason? I don't get it because I'm not a collector in cards. But you got people that does. I do like, if you look behind me, well, you may can't see it because it's a little dark in here, but I like the Hulk. That's my favorite character next to Black Panther with the Marvel. And anything Hulk, if it's different than what I got, I get it. And I got probably 25, 30 different types of Hulk images or characters up there. I mean, not characters, but figures up there. And that's what I do. Now, at some point, will I sell those? I probably will. But right now, I just like looking at them, and same with Black Panther. I just like looking at them. So those are like my 2 characters. And if I go in the store and find those items, I'm not going to just buy one. I mean, because at the end of the day, I'm a reseller. And I know, like, I'm not the only person in America or in the world that like Hulk, as same as Black Panther or Spider-Man or any other the characters, So if I got an opportunity to buy it at a discounted rate and be able to flip it to make money off of it, then I'm gonna do that, because as a reseller, we not just selling a product, we selling convenience. Just like Uber Eats and all these other places, you going out, you spending your money, gas to get this item, buy it from you're not getting it from Walmart for free or any of these other stores. You paying a premium to get it. And then when you leave and you pack it up and ship it to the customer, that's a convenience for the customer, because what you just done, the customer don't have to do. All they got to do is click that button, wait at the house, and a couple of days, they got the package. So that's the way I look at it. I don't know how everybody look at it, but that's the way I look at it.
I agree with the middleman. Everything on my store, you can buy as much as you want.
Let me keep up with the chat.
Me too.
I'm just rattling off, but let's see what we have.
Matthias just dropped a super chat for you for $10.
Okay, man. I was that was something I wanted to do today, was when people drop off a super chat. I seen this on the Nurse Picker show, where she do this little video, and it's a video that I have in mind that I was gonna pop on every time I got a super chat. But I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the super chat. All right. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So let me go back up here for a second, man. Middleman. Let's see. Good news. I don't have. Yes, sir. I know that's right. I'm trying to maximize, every item that I sell. Now, if you come to my warehouse, you can get it pretty cheap. But if I got to ship it to you, pack it up, prep it, I'm trying to get the max price on it. Whatever the market price is, that's what I'm trying to get for that item. So
It's always the market price.
exactly.
Because if it isn't the market price, you will sit on it forever.
Oh, for sure.
And it doesn't
For
matter.
sure.
It doesn't matter what it is. If it's a one of a kind shirt or it's something there's a million of, if you overprice it, nobody's buying it. So if you're making sales, then you're priced right.
Right. And I think, we all in this discussion and chat is resellers. So, I mean, just like my logo on my show is defend the hustle. We got to defend the hustle. That's what we do. We out here trying to flip an item to make a profit. So, I don't care about the stores and their policies and what they're trying to do. All I know is what I'm trying to do. And that is to move my products and make a profit.
Yeah, like I said, I am really opposed to people doing it with necessities. If you're doing it with, like in the beginning of the pandemic with hand sanitizer and toilet paper and all this other stuff, I'm really opposed to that. But for things that are not necessities, toys, games, hey man, whatever somebody's willing to pay is what it's worth.
Exactly.
And that's a race to the top if you can get there.
Yep.
So.
Yep. I mean, I don't know if, well, I'm pretty sure if you sell on Amazon, you're starting to notice now that they're trying to control the market anyway. They're trying to tell you basically the max you can sell an item for. I don't know if that's the new policy coming down the pike or whatever, or it's just a computer glitch or whatever, but I have had to do some price changing on a few of my items because they said I had it too high.
And it's very strange too.
Yeah, I got the same thing. You're not alone.
It's very strange too, because it can be within like you could be $1 higher than the next person in line, and it'll tell you that you hit a price level. So there's definitely bugs to it for sure.
Yeah, I got one where I was underpriced like $1.
Right.
And it said you were too high.
And I still got an email saying that they have to change my price.
Right.
Did you see fixes to your IPI store, Buffalo? I saw mine go up a bit.
And I haven't, man. To be honest with you, Bill, I haven't had a chance to look at that thing in about 2 weeks because I just been busy, trying to get stuff situated in the warehouse. The only thing I've been keeping up with is the sales and making sure that I get those items out and check them in like y'all mentioned with the kiosk. Other than that, I haven't been in there to check nothing because I just been busy, man. Normally I go in there and glance at it for a second, but for the last 2 weeks, I haven't been in there looking.
Yep.
I mean, I got some emails saying, check your stranded, stuff like that, or,
yeah,
I
normal stuff.
Yeah, I just haven't been in there, man. Just been too busy. All right, Jens, who you first? You said Hulk is your second. Who you first? All right, so let me see if I can bring this thing up, and I'm gonna talk about this for a little bit. And if you want to, if anybody on the panel want to chime in, anybody on chat want to drop in a message, please do. And I'm not trying to call out this particular website or anything like that. This is just one of the ones that I found, and I'm going to talk about it. Let's see. You see any more questions in the chat, Bill? Good comments?
I haven't seen any questions. There's some discussions going on about what we were just talking about, but that's it.
Okay. All right. Did I miss it? I just seen Regina Michelle popped in. Did I miss anybody else in the chat?
Did you see Hollywood Reseller earlier?
Okay, Hollywood, thank you for coming through. Let's see.
And Sarcastic Storage Slacker just came in.
Okay, yeah, I missed him.
Storage auction buying game.
Okay, appreciate you coming out. Let's
That's
see
something I want to try this year.
see if I can bring this. I hope it'll just come out right. If it don't, then we'll just flash it and then we'll talk about it. All right, so and it didn't come out right. So basically, tonight discussion. One of this discussion is about bolos, pros and cons of a bolo list, and this is one of the the images that you see right here on bolocentral.com. And let me take that back down because it didn't come out right. Yeah, so basically what I want to talk about is the pros and cons of buying a bolo list. And if you're a reseller, whether you just started or you've been reselling for a while, put a 1 in the chat if you ever purchased a bolo list. I'm just curious. I mean, if you don't want to put yourself out there, then I understand. I did buy one. I bought one in my early when I first got into reselling, probably 3 months in on Amazon. I was trying to look for a competitive advantage, and I ended up buying one, which was pretty much a waste of time. But I'm just curious. Drop a 1 in the chat if you ever purchased a bolo list or join a group, a paid group to get any type of additional information about products that's out there in the, for sale.
I've never bought Bolo Group, but I have bought some like brand lists to watch out for, which are I would guess that that's like a Bolo for thrifting. You know,
Right.
it's like men's clothing brands lists and stuff like
Right.
that. I thought those may be really helpful because I can study them. But it's not
anything in that realm. If you bought anything that'll help you with either finding a product or knowing
that
that's
was
a
very
hot
helpful for
product
me,
out
still
there.
is.
Say again.
That was very helpful for me and still is.
Right.
Yeah, I still reference it.
Nobody want to put a 1 in the chat.
No, I've joined a pain group before,
Right.
probably like a while back. But yeah, it was definitely helpful in the beginning, and then after that, I just felt like I had to do my own stuff too, to just not rely on like a list all the time,
Right.
and just doing my research and finding out what else I can sell, because it's not always going to be there.
Right.
No,
right.
That's why I liked having like the study guide, because it was something I could put to memory, and whenever I'm in the thrift, I don't have to pull my phone out quite as much as I normally would, you know.
Right. So let me tell the story about my pro and con with this list that I purchased. In order to get on the list, you had to pay $100, and it was $100 every month. It wasn't $100 one time. It was $100 every 30 days. And basically, the way the scam that went with it was you had to put in your zip code, and based off of how many numbers they had, which you didn't know the numbers, that was living in that zip code that was on the list would determine whether or not you got approved. So I'm thinking, okay, so I'm in Atlanta. It's probably a lot of people on the list. So let me pick one of the outskirts cities. So I put in the city that my wife is from. And about 2 hours later, it came back, you approved, pretty much pay the premium. So so I'm looking at the Bolo list. It was a Bolo, basically the stores. It was Marshall, TJ Maxx, Target, Walmart, and Ross. Those was the stores that was on the list. And so, I'm still new in the reselling game. By that time, I'm probably like 7-8 months in, still a rookie. And so I'm like looking at all these listings that they post every day. It was really probably when I narrowed it down, when I came out the clouds and got my feet back on the ground and opened my eyes up, I figured out that they was only putting out about 15 items a day. And those 15 items, as I was getting better in the stores, I'm like, man, I can find these items on my own. They ain't doing nothing special. You know, I'm finding more items than what they claim they finding, right? So, so like I said, now I'm out of the clouds and I'm back, got my feet on the ground after I made about 3 payments. Basically what I did, I said, you know what, let me see if I can join it from my zip code, which is Atlanta. So I'm like, okay, I put in my zip code, and just like with my wife's zip code, 30 minutes later, they come back and say, hey, you approved, just pay the premium. I'm like, that was the eye opener right there. I'm like, it is no way that they are monitoring how many people are selling in a certain zip code or certain, like if, just say for instance, if I live downtown Atlanta, they was basically the way they promoted it is that only 2 sellers in the zip code downtown Atlanta in 25 miles radius of that zip code can be approved. I was like, there's no way. They're approving everybody that's
Wow.
signed up, you know. So, but like I said, I was green, still young, trying to learn the resale game. And when I did that, I was like, you know what? I'm not paying no more. And they used to send you an email every time you pay, you know, like basically coaching and hyping you up. You know, you own, you know, one of the most advanced teams in retail arbitrage, and you know, you don't want to lose your spot. So make sure you continue to make your payment and all that. I'm like, man, when I had rolling back and said, hey, this is my last payment, I'm not gonna pay anymore. Those folks sent me an email for almost 2 weeks trying to coach me up to pay the premium. You know, we need you on the team, you know, you're doing good. I'm like saying to myself, how you know what I'm doing? I ain't reporting nothing to you. You don't know, you don't know if I'm even going out to the stores, you know. So that was my experience with Bolo. So I can say this much right here is that the power in networking, finding you a couple people to network with is way more beneficial than you paying a premium to some company out there that's trying to sell you a dream list that basically that's all it is. It's just a dream. You know, so I may have found 3 or 4 of the items because they'll put the list out and it's like, hey, go to such and such, you know, get this item before it sell out. You know, and I'm thinking if I'm the only one selling in this area, well, I got to be on a rush to go get it. You know, so but yeah, that was my experience with the Bolo. Definitely, you know, it did have some pros. I mean, they did put out some decent stuff. It wasn't nothing that you can really say, okay, hey, I'm making 4 or 5 times the money on. But I don't think it was worth $100 at all. And I would never buy one of those lists or do that kind of stuff anymore. You know, so that was a one-time deal for me. If you're a new reseller out here and you thinking that you can make a living off of reselling by getting into the Bolo, I advise you find you a friend that's reselling and y'all network. You know, it's nothing better than hearing from somebody that you can trust that they're telling you an item is in the store and this is the price. You know, so
Yeah, I mean, I pay for a Patreon group right now with a 2 eBay sellers that are very large that do coaching and help out, and it's not very expensive, but it's the amount that I've learned and some new habits to get into really are helping me a lot. I feel like I'm definitely getting dollar for value, you know.
right,
So
right.
I mean, one of the sellers sold over 1.7 million last year just doing clothes. So it's, if you're going to learn from people, you want to learn from those kind of people, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. You always want to get with somebody better than you. You
Always.
definitely want to do that. I can say for me, Dale Dog Treasure Hunter, been in the liquidation game now for almost 12 years or more. And that guy got a wealth of knowledge about liquidation. And that's who when I got anything that deal with liquidation, I lean on him. And, you know, Glass City Pickers and myself, we kind of been networking this retail arbitrage ever since I brought them into the game. and I got a couple other people that I talk to about reselling. Every now and then we'll send each other a bolo. But you got to kind of network with people you can trust, not the people that want the street credit. They're gonna take what you tell them and run out there and spread it around like as if they came up with it. Those type of people I don't keep them in my network long. Um, but yeah, definitely. I see that Middleman did put a 1 in the chat about he bought a list, but I can say this right here: one premium that I pay, which is BrickSeek. Lately, it kind of been off because Walmart is working with their new inventory system, and they're not really back online like they should be. So it's a hit and miss. But what it does is it make you don't rely on it as much. You got to get in the store and look for the hidden clearance.
Yeah.
You know, and I basically what I did, I resort back to the way I used to do retail arbitrage. I go in there, I will quick hit BrickSeek just to see if something pop up. But if it don't, I just go back to the way I used to do it, and I try to find the hidden clearance because it's there. You just got to find it. You know,
For me right now, it's much more about learning efficiency. My
Right.
time, because of working full time, the hours that I do is fairly limited. So I want to try to get to the point where I can produce the most with the least amount of time so that I can get to the goal that I want to get to.
Right.
So I want to hit the numbers that I need to hit to be able to go full time so that I can actually focus and go full time.
Right.
That's where I'm at. So if I can spend a few bucks a month and learn some efficiencies from people that are much, much better at it than I am, then I'm more than happy to do that.
Okay. Right. So I know Thrift, you did mention something about you did buy a list or you bought into and you bought. I know you mentioned something about you had purchased something for as reselling.
Yeah, I bought into a group.
Reselling.
Yeah, it was a group that originally was mainly for bolo lists, but then it started growing into things like Amazon stuff and getting ungated and stuff like that. So
Right.
it wasn't bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I think there is a space for that. It's just that at this point in my like career of reselling, I think I knew enough to where I wanted to be with what I wanted to sell in my business model, as well as just understanding what the market is and what could be like the potential out there and what I need to look out for. So
Right.
I was there. I was with the group for maybe about 3 to 4 months. And it was good. There was I was getting up to date stuff. It's just that it wasn't. I wasn't at the point where I wanted to just rely on that all the time anymore now. So I just put in the work and did my own research on things and understood what was selling at a high rate. I'm constantly looking for things with a high sell-through rate because I just want to make sure I get those specific items because I know for a fact it's going to sell at least within a week. Then
Right. Right.
Yeah, I think we live in a great time to be a reseller because you don't ever have to make a bad buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you take the time and pay attention to what you're buying and do the quick research that we have available to us, then unless you're at a place with no internet,
Right.
so you need to pay attention whenever you're making your buys and build that list in your head of things that you know work, because sometimes you might be out there and not have access to your phone or something. I think that we grow a little bit too reliant on it sometimes. I know I do.
Right.
Yeah, I did
So I'm
too.
trying to build a list in my head and stop being so scatterbrained about the type of things that I sell and get a little bit more focused on a few things.
Yeah.
Honestly, I had to like flip my business model quite a bit just because when I moved, I was now limited to a lot of the amount of storage I had got so much smaller. So like I used to have a full room of doing like all the storage and doing all the reselling. Now I literally have a little square space. So I've been flipping my inventory that I have right now that are selling for like super cheap, and just trying to bring up my average sale price for each item now, so that I can still have some quantity at my place, but they go for a lot more now, and that's what I've been focusing on now.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my listings up and just be consistent.
Sorry about that, y'all.
My listing schedule had been very inconsistent for a couple months, and it really showed my sales. And for the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been very consistent. And it's funny because if you look at your sales over that same amount of time, it's like a level bar all the way across. So if you just stay consistent, sales stay consistent.
Yeah,
as long as you're listing stuff that people want to buy.
100%.
That man, the flipper, put out that his little tip is movies, what's coming out, and the market on that movie. I agree with that 100%. I made a lot of money off of Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus Kong. I probably made over $2,000 on that particular on those particular figures. Matter of fact, I got one right here. This particular figure is $19.99. This is a bolo. It's still hot. On Amazon right now, it's about $69. So if you can find it, $19.99 at Walmart, flip it on Amazon for about 60-something bucks.
Nice.
So that's y'all bolo for the night.
No, I agree. One thing I actually profited off of was when, not necessarily a movie, but like the Chicago Bull Michael Jordan docuseries.
Right.
That was a huge time to sell a lot of I had a bunch of Michael Jordan cards, basketball cards, and also Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen. So those were actually selling a lot. The price significantly went up, even for common cards that weren't near his rookie season or anything like that. These are just regular cards throughout the years, and they were still going for maybe 1 or 2 cards were going for $20 a piece. It was ridiculous. Where originally it was probably only selling for maybe $5 a piece.
Right. Let me give a shout out to Never Too Old. And I just want to let you know, Never Too Old, I did get those cards out on yesterday. Sorry about the delay. But I had so much stuff going on, but your cards are in the mail. And I did, I didn't have time to ship them out earlier, but I did ship them out yesterday. So you should be getting them in a couple of days. Sorry about the delay. Just got too much going on right now. So let's move over into the show and tell. If you got anything to show and tell, you can go ahead and grab it, and I'll let the guests go first if you got anything, and then I can go last, and then I'm going to do this giveaway. And for the people in the chat, these are the items that I'm giving away just in case you're just showing up. This is a Predator, which is called a Hunter Predator. One item is missing right here, the little saucer. And that may not be the name of it. That's just what I'm calling it. And this guy right here, which is Kingdom Heart. Only blemish with this one is it got a little wear right here on the corner. Other than that, it's in good shape. Thrift Beast, do you want to do a show and tell? You good?
Yeah, I got one. I actually got an item I picked up
Right.
just last night off of Facebook Marketplace. So, this is what I mean by when I'm trying to scale up a lot of my average selling price. Even though I am putting a bit more money into the things I'm buying, I'm still making a bigger profit. So this is brand new in the box, sealed. It's a TI 84 Plus. I paid $20 for this Canadian, so keep that in mind. But all day this sells for probably about 110, 120, brand new on eBay. That's in Canadian as well. So that was a great item I picked up. Luckily I was able to get on Facebook Marketplace super quick when they posted that. They posted that within 5 minutes, and I messaged the person.
Wow. That's a good snatch.
Yeah.
Is that's all you have?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we do like a 4-5 limit. So you had something else you could have showed.
Okay,
They
yeah. I have something here. I just put this in a couple of days ago. I won this in an auction on Facebook,
right.
and luckily, I think no one noticed this, but it was crazy because no one was bidding on it. So I ended up winning this for. It was a Rock Band set, basically, and Rock Band is crazy. They always go for good money. So this is it right here. I paid $20 for the whole thing. And I mean, obviously, the solds on these are ridiculous right now. They probably sell for right now the solds that I've seen for the one guitar, two games, and all the instruments and the dongle. They go for about 220 to 240 right now. And I got this for $20.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it'll sell as soon as you list it.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I
nice
just
right
listed it
there.
last night.
Yeah, I mean, the sell-through rate on those things is insane,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
and a lot of people don't like to pick them up because they don't want to ship them,
Yeah,
which helps.
yeah. I don't care about how heavy it is. If I'm gonna make that much extra on profit, I'll let them pay for the $40-$50 shipping to ship it out.
Do you ship to the U.S. or are you only in Canada as far as the shipping goes?
I'd say about 90% of my sales are in the US.
Oh, really?
And I attribute that to having the ability to have cross-border shippers. So we have companies on our end that drive all the way to like Niagara Falls, New York, and so I'm able to use USPS as opposed to Canada Post, so I can still have decent pricing and like competitive pricing for my shipping to stay like competitive within the market, basically, because like a lot of the things that are sold is within the US for the most part.
That's cool.
I got lost in the chat, man. Doing thing jumped on me. Yeah. So, Bill, you got anything you want to show, or are you good?
No, I've got one. Yesterday I was at one of the local thrifts, and it was one of those times where checking things that you don't know but looks quality came in handy. I've never heard of this brand of boots. They're called Schnees. I paid $8.99 for the pair. New.
Put that back up, Bill. I'm sorry.
New. They're selling for $300 to $500 for this brand in general. Apparently, they're one of the top end hunting lines of clothing and shoes. On the used market, I don't see any boots by that brand less than $150. So it's just another one of those things where I had never heard of it before, but the leather felt good quality, so I looked it up, and it's well worth it. Well worth the buy.
Okay. Good.
And I've been focusing a lot more on clothing and shoes, so it's been that's something that my thrift stores have an abundance of, and they don't have an abundance of a lot of other things. So I'm trying to turn my focus into that a little bit more. I'm still doing the hard goods and the home goods, but like I said, I normally don't get to the thrift store until 5 p.m. So every reseller in the area has already been through there by the time I get there. So
Okay. Somebody. Sorry. The middleman said, "Are you talking about daily refinement?"
yeah, we actually had a little bit of a conversation in the chat about it.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
I'm behind in the chat,
tech
man,
and sports and daily refinement.
Okay, I'm a little behind in the chat. I'm trying to catch up.
Thrifting Lounge came in, Kevin. So I know.
Oh, what's up, Kev?
Hey, Kevin.
Conway also here.
Emily, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you for coming out, Emily.
Hey, Emily.
And I agree with Kat, by the way. Most stuff can be self-learned.
Exactly. That's how I learned.
I mean, YouTube is such a abundance of information. It can almost be overwhelming. So
Yep. That's how I learned. Straight through YouTube University. Found Reezy Resale, and it was on and popping.
Yep. I've met a lot of good friends from YouTube, so I'm happy that I found it for reselling.
Sandra L., thank you for coming out. Thrifting Lounge, Kev, thank you for coming out. See, Richard Murphy, just speaking of you, Dale Dog. That's my liquidation mentor right there. If you got any questions, you want to get into the liquidation game, check him out on Facebook. He have Devil Dog Treasure Hunters on Facebook. Check him out. Check out some of the lows that he's pushing. When you talking about somebody pushing weight, that guy pushing out 8 to 10 trucks a week. So definitely want to, if you want to get into the game, you want to talk to him because he got all the information. Let's see what he got here. Yep, exactly.
Yep, for sure.
I'm learning that now, man.
That's what it all comes down to.
But hey, I got to work with what I got because definitely trying to push that stuff out to get some space. Let's see here. All right, so let me do my quick show and tell, and then I'm gonna do this giveaway. We're gonna get out of here. We already over an hour. If you visit my show, you already know I have a toy guide that I hook up with every week or every other week or once a month. He hit me up and tell me he got some toys. I think I showed y'all some toys last week that I purchased from him. This week I had to pay $80 for what I have, so show you what I got. Try to do a quick drive, but I should have had these out the bag already. Like I said, I got about 60 DC Comics characters that I'm getting ready to ship to Amazon. I'm just going to add these to it. This is blow this up real quick. All right, this is Batman. I think I probably got 6 of these already. This is another Batman. I probably have a few of these.
Nice.
This is Green Lantern, John Stewart. I don't have this one, so this is a first of this character. It's another Batman. It's similar to the one I just showed you. We got a legend, Captain America. And this is Batman as well. So what you see here, see if I can get it. Pay $80. So if you can find you somebody that they don't want to sell on any of the platforms, they just want quick money, they legit. You want to hook up with them. And I found this guy on Let Go.
That's the goal, man.
Sorry about that, y'all.
That's the goal, is to get those sources.
Yeah. I mean, this guy, I got my Barbie lady that anytime she have an estate sale and they got Barbies in the house, she called me because she know I'm going to buy the Barbies. They in good condition. And we already got our set price, $12. I take those Barbies and I flip them for 40, 50, 60, $80, depending on the market value. So you definitely want to try to find you a guy or girl or whoever that just don't want to deal with the platforms. And this guy, I mean, he could take those and sell them himself, but he just don't want to sell on none of the platforms. He just rather just get the quick cash and be moving on. So, if you can find somebody like that, it's definitely a huge advantage.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to find one. It took me about a bit under 2 years to find a person, a guy.
Right.
But like every 2 months, I get a shipment of shelf pulls from, I don't know if you guys have Sephora for like skincare and makeup.
Oh, yeah.
But basically, I get shelf pulls from there, and I tend to pay about $200-300 for a bunch of stuff, but the MSRP on it is probably be around $900 to $1,000, and I get a shipment of that every 2 months.
Right.
So
it's
really cool to have if I can't find any items.
Yeah, and that's perfect for your situation where space is limited and
1,000%. Yeah, and these are little things, and I can sell them for 30, $40. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's great.
It's perfect for an apartment life.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to Sunset Treasure Hunters. Okay, appreciate you coming through, man. Woman, I can't see your photo. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and do the giveaway. And Bill, I'm gonna need you. Well, I want you to get in it too. So I'll write the number down like we've done in the past, and everybody panel guests, you can be in this as well. I'm gonna have to ship it to Canada.
No.
All right, so let's go. So let's do a number from 1 to 30. 1 to 30. One to 30. Drop the number in the chat. 1 to 30. Swamp P, I ain't see you in the chat. Appreciate you coming out, Swamp Picker. My Beaver unit put in 69. Come on now. All right, come on, let's get it in. I'm gonna shut this out in about 30 seconds. 1 to 30. I only put in one number, please. One number. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the character I'm giving away, the Predator. If two people hit the same number, you just got to do a runoff. So 3 people hit the same number. All right, we're getting ready to close it out. Closest to the number win. And this is the number. Everybody see that? 13.
Nurse Flipper.
Nurse Flipper.
What?
Hit it on the nose.
All right. Cat. This is what you're going to get, Cat. And like I said, it's one small blemish with this is that piece is missing. A little round piece that goes in that compartment is missing. Everything else is there.
Oh, she goes sell it.
Like
Don't
on
worry.
the back. All right. So, all right. Let me put that down. Nurse Flipper. Give me just a second, y'all.
Sorry, while you're doing that, I saw there was a question from Sunset Treasure Hunters. I actually had a video because you're asking, can you talk about Facebook Marketplace tips? I've been frustrated up to now to find like great deals. So I actually had a video about this where like one of the things I would probably recommend is there's actually when you're searching for things like say video games, there's a button of a bell that you can actually get notified for anytime someone posts an item that has video games in it. You'll be notified. So like that will allow you to get ahead of the game. And like if within like a span of, I don't know how much time they post it, but you'll likely be able to message them before anyone does. So that's one thing I do to help me get like an item and a great deal a lot quicker.
Okay. Nurse Flipper's, I guess Dalton is her son.
Yeah.
Already asking, can you play with it? All right. So we're going to do one more giveaway and we're going to close out the show. That's good info too about the hit that notice bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good info. I do that on several sites that I use to and I'm gonna say this too before I get into the thing. I put out a lot of info about Barbies, and I'm telling people you can make good money in Barbies. I made over 50,000 in Barbies last Q4. If you want to jump on it, that's on you. If you don't want to jump on it, you know, that's your choice. But I gave y'all a head start. So I'm letting y'all know, fair warning, that what is this, May? June, I will be looking for Barbies. So I gave y'all about a 4-month head start. So June, I will be looking for Barbies. And like Thrift B said that that's what you do. You know, you put in what you're searching for, hit that bell so you can be notified when people list, and that's what I do as well. But I use several sites to find my stuff, and like I said, I gave y'all 4 months head start, so we're gonna see where everybody at come October. And what we got, 23. Okay, so we're gonna do one more giveaway from 1 to 30. Drop your number in the chat, 1 to 30. All right, 130. Let's see. All right, get ready to close it out, y'all. 30 seconds. Middleman, I almost put that number down, man. I told you I got to change it up, man. Change it up. Y'all knowing my numbers too much. I almost put that down too.
He wasn't able to put 43 down this week, so.
All right, this is the number, y'all. All right, that number right there. Cat got the 13. That's the second number. Number 4.
Info.
Number 4. So who got it?
Too much info. Hit it on the nose.
Yeah, I see too much info.
Right. That's it?
That's it.
All right. Too much info. Too much info. Too much
Congrats.
info. Send me your address and Instagram, and I get that out to you. Gonna try to get these shipped out tomorrow. Too much info. And this is what you won, so you'll know this character right here. Kingdom Hearts. All right. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and close out this show. If y'all got anything to plug, you can go ahead and plug it, and then I'll close it out.
Go ahead,
Chris.
Chris.
I know you got a YouTube channel.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, Tommy and Bill, thanks so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you guys sharing the knowledge and sharing the what we can always do to help become better resellers at the end of the day. So, but yeah, other than that, I have a YouTube channel going by Thrift BCQ. I'm almost at 2K now, I think. Yeah, so I'm on the road to that.
Nice.
Trying to put out more content now. I'm trying to accommodate more broader audience, just because I find a lot of my audience is now coming from the US now. So I'm trying to make it as more of a general, like things that I pick up and like things I sell as well. So stay tuned though. I'm going to show my item that I sold. That was over $1,000. So,
right.
And then,
when you going to release that one?
Probably next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. All right. Bill?
Flows to pay the bills on Instagram. Haven't been posting a whole lot. I've been busy, but priorities need to take place with what makes me money right now. So I list what sold mostly. So it's a place to go to be able to see some things that have moved through the store and some of the more oddball things.
Right. All right. So just for everybody's knowledge, and I mentioned this earlier, Glass City Pickers, Tanya and Chris is out celebrating Tanya's birthday today, and they will be back next week. I want to let our special guests know the Thrift Beast CQ for coming out, being on the show, picking up that short notice. We've been talking back in, I think, February of trying to get him on the show. So I'm glad he was able to be with us tonight. We had Hip Flipping Mama on schedule to be here tonight as well, but she had an occasion that came up. So family come first, and we all have to understand that. I want to thank everyone for coming out. If you're not a member of the Buffalo Picker resale community, go out and join that group on Facebook. All I ask is that you don't talk politics or be mean to anyone. If I see it, I'm going to put it down, but you are welcome to promote your channels, anything you're trying to sell. I don't care, as long as it has something to do with reselling. You can post it in that group. And what I ask too, if you're already a member of that group, take time out to like people's stuff when they post it on there. You're looking at it, but you won't hit the like button. Just hit the like button. If you take time out to look at it, click on the like button. Help support the other resellers. We all in this thing together. There's enough money out there for everybody to make money. Also, I have a YouTube channel, which this is being posted live on right now. And I need to post some videos, and I know that I need to get videos out because at one time my subs was going up, skyrocketing to 10,000, and then all of a sudden I stopped making as many videos, and it kind of stalemate. So I got to get back into that to get my subs up because I should already be at 10,000, and I was moving pretty quick, and then it just kind of stopped. And I know the reason why, because I haven't been pushing out any of the videos like I used to when I was hungry to get at that 4,000 watch hours.
Too busy pushing out products.
Yeah, I'm pushing products, man. That's the thing too. You have to do a compromise when you trying to push products and make videos. One got to give. You know, you can't serve two masters. So and I just feel like right now with what I'm trying to do, pushing those products, get my warehouse in order is a little bit more important than me making a YouTube video. But I'm going to get back into it. I definitely got to get back into it because I love that part of the resale, trying to teach people what I do and how I do it and try to be a motivator for people in this community. But with that being said, I appreciate the people in the chat for coming out, supporting the channel. I want to thank Bill for what he do for the channel on a weekly basis. Bill, if you all don't know and you're new to the channel, Bill came to us back in January. He came in to fill a void, and we're glad to have him. He definitely inspiration to what we're trying to do with this channel. And with that being said, we'll see y'all next week. Defend the hustle.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Peace out, guys.